want, and I'll keep going if you want. So what do you want to do?
Stop!
If it's war again, we're gonna need all the soldiers we have. Isaac is wondering why you apparently killed some of your own men. What happened?
I sent a squad down to the basement. The whole floor was empty, not even rats. It's in the air.
What's going on, YouTube? We back in the Low Key Cave, Keyshawn Now's YouTube page, aka Mr. Low Key, and we back with another TV show review, The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 5 review. We started off in this episode with one of the second in command of the group, the Wolves, pretty much going into not really an interrogation, but going over a certain event that happened where she had to sacrifice her own men, including her own son. And this is something new, because I ain't heard of this before as far as the shit being in the air or whatever. I don't know if it's been indications of that throughout previous episodes, maybe in season 1. But now we're getting something that's possibly going to be worse than what we already got when it comes to the infected. And this is kind of fucked up, because she's basically telling, I didn't even know she was going into detail of the fact that she had to sacrifice her own son so it wouldn't spread or whatever. So yeah, they're pretty much going over this, and it's supposed to be in the basement of the hospital. I think they're running actually. On that, we got Dina and your girl Ellie trying to get past a couple of checkpoints to get inside or get closer to any facility or any Wolf's outlet or output that could possibly have Abby or any of her friends that came to Jackson. But they end up coming across a bunch of infected, and I think these are the smart infected that they came across in the first episode as far as Ellie and Dina. And it's like a lot of them, like you can tell that the other ones are just running towards you like mindless zombies, but these ones are calculated. They look like they had plans and stuff. The way they was attacking Ellie and Dina, definitely different ones outside of the normal infected that we have came across as far as the ones I've seen. But yes, it's really a close call. And out of nowhere, Jesse ends up showing up from Jackson, and Jesse says him and Tommy are here. So I'm like, where the fuck is Tommy at? Well, where is Tommy at? Tommy is solo dolo? But yes, Jesse ends up showing up, and he does give a good point to Ellie and them, talking about y'all did something stupid, and Ellie trying to tell him like, yo, we would have been good. We was pretty much good up until this point. Yeah, because y'all was about to die. But I think he also notices that Ellie's bit or something like, it's something that he noticed, and I know Dina tells him that she can't get infected. I'll explain later, but she's immune or something like that. Anyway, they pretty much are trying to escape the other members of the Wolves, and they end up running into the park, and this is supposed to be the territory of the Scars, and we end up seeing some of the Scar people who have, I guess, captured one of the Wolf soldiers, and it's a brutal kill, very brutal kill. So we see other half of these Scars and what's pretty much going on as far as this whole war between the Wolves and the Scars, and it seems like the Scars are being able to recruit a whole lot more people, because in the previous episode when you had Isaac talking to one of the Scars he had captured, and he was trying to figure out like, how do y'all keep recruiting when we got all these resources, but y'all keep recruiting more people. So they get some more look at them, and we get to see how dangerous they are and how strategic they are, because they definitely notice Ellie and Jesse them in there, and Dina gets shot in the leg, but Ellie ends up drawing them away. But this is where she ends up coming across an outpost, and I think she either notices somebody that looks familiar, or she just figured like, this is where we've been trying to get to, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my chances on my own. And this is where she ends up coming across Nora, one of the girls, or one of the people that was a part of the group, the Abby's group, that did come to Jackson and was a part of the whole torturing of Joel. So yeah, we kind of get her on demon time as far as Nora. She's like, yeah, fuck that bitch. Bitch ass nigga, I did that. Like, she's talking shit about Joe and with a gun pointed at her. And this is where we get a chase scene where Ellie and Ellie and Nora. And it seems Nora was willing to sacrifice herself, because she leads her down into the area that was explained early in the episode by the lady who was talking about that she had to kill her own people, including her own son. And this is an area where the contamination or infected is in the air, like it's everywhere. And Nora is breathing this in too. The only thing is she don't know that Ellie is immune. So it's a pretty good chase scene, man. Outside of it looking like, I was trying to catch certain things because it looks like they have certain areas that are locked off, and I don't know if this is like worse than infected, or could this be something else we haven't seen outside of the big ass ones like the bloated, whatever they call, man, the bloaters or whatever. But it's interesting as far as the bottom of this basement. We do actually get a scene coming across the sun that the woman was describing at the beginning, who is still down there, and you see how they are all attached to the fungus. It's disturbing too. That's one of the ones that did kind of get me, and the fact that they are actually still alive this whole time and just being attached to this infected fungus or whatever. But yes, your girl Ellie comes across to Nora, and she trying to give her speech about what Joel did and blah blah blah. And Ellie pretty much tells her like, I know, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't know where Abby is. And this is where we get a very intense scene with Ellie pretty much getting on demon time and beating the shit out of Nora. I'm thinking with a pole. I'm not sure. Either way, she's breaking some shit. I mean, give or take, Nora is going to die either way, but still, she's trying to get these answers. But yes, I'm not sure where Jesse and Dino are at. I'm pretty sure they're going to meet back up, but looks like Ellie has got one of them, at least one. And she didn't hesitate, and she didn't shoot. She wanted to go slow. So I'm very interested to see how all of this is going to come together with the wolves and scars going at each other. And I was kind of curious if they did capture any of them, would they join up with the scars as far as Ellie and them, since they going after the wolves and Abby and them being a part of the group of the wolves. So that is going to be interesting to see if it's going to be any team ups or if they're going to have to take both sides out, which I don't understand how that would happen, being there's so many of them on each side of groups as far as the scars and the wolves, and the fact that the scars are still recruiting people from the wolves. So that's definitely going to be interesting. But yeah, it looks like Ellie done went past that whole point of no return now, because she's took out one of them. So I'm interested in see how they're going to, because this is one thing I really appreciate they doing. And I feel like The Walking Dead was able to do this early on in this season as far as making sure the zombies or the infected are still a part of the main show outside of the whole war or outside of the revenge story, you know, her versus Ellie versus Abby or whatever. The infected are very much more so a part of the story, and I'm appreciating that. And it looks like we're getting different things, because this air situation, I'm wondering if it's going to be something that they can't contain that's going to get out of control as far as the situation with the wolves. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, especially when the whole thing with Tommy. I'm still like, where Tommy at? How is that going to play out? Is he going to be on Ellie's side? Is he going to join the group and they all going to go as a group for their revenge as far as Abby now? We're going to have to see. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this recent episode as far as The Last of Us. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell, let you know when I upload new videos. Other than that, we out.